Tsarukyan es el más fácil de todos. Es mucho más fácil que Paddy, incluso, te lo digo. Mucho más. Es que no sé ni qué nombre ponerle a él. Tú imagínate tener la oportunidad de pelear por el campeonato del mundo y cuando llega el día decir que te retiras porque te duele la espalda. O sea, no lo concibo, no lo puedo llegar a entender, ¿sabes? Sin un brazo hubiera subido. Yo me da igual el día cuando me tocaba pelear con Vol, con Max, vamos, me da igual, subo, pero de todas formas. Y él, ya saben lo que hizo. No me duele la espalda, no peleé. Tío, claramente, mentalmente no está donde tienes que estar.
Muitos anos ali dentro, nunca tinha sido nocauteado, né, daquela forma. É complicado demais. São muitas coisas que envolvem uma disputa de título, uma oportunidade, o jeito que a luta foi, principalmente do fato de não fazer nada daquilo que a gente treinou, né, nada daquilo que a gente montou de estratégia, mas
Ilia Topuria is sending a crystal clear warning message to top contender Arman Tsarukyan. Meanwhile, Charles Oliveira has broken his silence about that devastating loss, revealing something about Topuria's power that should terrify every fighter in the division. Stay tuned as we break down these major stories that are shaking the future of the UFC lightweight championship picture. The war of words between Ilia Topuria and Arman Tsarukyan has reached a boiling point, and El Matador is not backing down from the challenge.
You think he's picked easy fights? Volkanovski, Holloway?
No. If you're gonna see me or Paddy, it's easier to fight Paddy.
That's why I was asking. Do you think there's a chance that he'll say, no, give me Paddy, we have a history, and then they go with him next as opposed to you?
No one gives a fuck what he says. UFC says you gotta fight, he's gonna fight. This is just trash talks, just Twitter shit. But this is just for the media. UFC do whatever they wanna do, and they don't care who you're gonna fight. They just call you and tell you.
It all started when Tsarukyan dismissed Topuria's performance at UFC 317, claiming he would simply take him down, hold him, and just maul him on the ground. The Armenian fighter went even further, stating he would finish him on the ground, and calling Topuria good at one thing, boxing. But Topuria fired back with venom, calling Tsarukyan a total jerk and delivering a devastating response that exposed a glaring weakness in the contender's game. Have you seen his fight against Charles Oliveira? Topuria shot back in an interview with ABC Spain. How many times did Charles come close to submitting him and tapping him out? I assure you, I'll finish Arman Tsarukyan.
The backup fighter for this one is going to be Tsarukyan, right?
It's a bad decision for him. He has no chances. Like, first minutes of the fight, what he's gonna do? Go for the takedowns. Bro, come on.
This is a brutal assessment from the champion, who's pointing to Tsarukyan's split decision victory over Oliveira, where the Brazilian submission specialist nearly tapped him out multiple times. If Oliveira, who just suffered his first ever knockout loss, could threaten Tsarukyan on the ground, what does that say about facing a complete fighter like Topuria? The undefeated Georgian-Spanish champion has finished 7 of his 9 UFC wins and just knocked out 3 future Hall of Famers in a row. His confidence isn't just talk, it's backed by results. Now let's talk about what Charles Oliveira revealed that should send chills down the spine of every lightweight contender, especially Justin Gaethje. For the first time since UFC 317, Du Bronx has opened up about that devastating knockout loss, and his words carry massive weight in the MMA world. I've never been knocked out before, Oliveira told Ag Fight. I've been knocked down before, TKO'd, but had never been knocked out before. This time, no. I didn't know what had happened. It was something new for me.
Tinha sido o TKO, mas esse o nocaute mesmo, KO. Você chegou a apagar quando você acordou ali, você entendeu o que tinha acontecido? Precisaram te explicar?
Não. Perguntei várias vezes o que tinha acontecido, como tava, onde que eu tava, e tá ligado? Só o Diego, minha mulher, a família, todo mundo tava ali. Calma, respira. Depois nós conversa e aí... Falei, não, tá bom, beleza, mas de verdade nunca tinha acontecido daquela forma. É chato, é ruim, mas faz parte.
But here's the kicker. Oliveira has faced some of the hardest hitters in the division throughout his legendary career. We're talking about Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier, and Michael Chandler, men who have ended careers with their fists. Yet Oliveira was crystal clear about Topuria's power. He's definitely the one who hit me the hardest. I've been hit before by super tough guys like Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier, Michael Chandler, guys that knocked me down and hurt me, but he really hits hard.
Charles Oliveira, who just got knocked out by Ilia, has fought. Listen to this list, chill. Arman, Dustin, Islam, Justin, Ferguson, Holloway, Felder, Frankie Edgar, Cowboy Cerrone. He's fought them all. He said, hands down, no one punches like Ilia Topuria. And that is a guy coming up in weight classes. We did this thing a few years ago with Justin, Dustin, Charles, and we were like, and Chandler, who hits the hardest? People kept going, Charles, Charles, Charles. But Charles is now saying, this guy hands down.
Think about that for a moment. A fighter who has 23 UFC wins, holds the record for most submissions in company history, and has faced the elite of 2 divisions is saying Topuria hits harder than all of them combined. This isn't just about natural power. Topuria has elite technique and surgical accuracy. When you combine good power with perfect technique and timing, you get what we witnessed at UFC 317. So where does this leave the lightweight division? The landscape has completely shifted and several fighters are positioning themselves for a shot at Topuria's gold. Tsarukyan, despite his trash talk, was supposed to fight Islam Makhachev for the title at UFC 311, but pulled out the day before with a back injury. This upset UFC brass, and Dana White promised Tsarukyan wouldn't get the next title shot immediately.
Arman Tsarukyan, what do you do with him at this point? I mean, do you automatically rebook him in the next title fight? Do you go back to the drawing board?
No. Yeah, he's going back to the drawing board. I don't want anybody to ever fight hurt, ever. You know, we've been in these positions before. Went down there with the doctor. Went down there with Heather from the PI, who is, you can ask any fighter or anybody else. She's the best in the world, and you know, you miss opportunities sometimes, and he did. So we'll see how this plays out for him next year.
You feel like he could have competed?
You
feel like he could have competed tonight?
I have no idea. I don't know that. Only he knows that.
However, his 4-fight winning streak and current number 2 ranking keep him in the conversation. The bad blood with Topuria is only adding fuel to the fire for what could be an explosive matchup. Then there's the wild card, Paddy Pimblett. After Topuria's victory, the baddie had a heated face-off with the champion inside the octagon. Many speculate this could be Topuria's first lightweight title defense, despite other contenders being more deserving on paper.
If he thinks that he's ready, come on, you blonde. Bring that here. If he wants, bring that here. Oh, bring him here.
Well done.
Look at me. Look at me.
That was a heavy knockout. I'll give you that respect. But you will never knock me out.
Justin Gaethje is also demanding his shot at the title, though Dana White has criticized the highlight for threatening retirement if he doesn't get the fight. Meanwhile, Oliveira isn't going anywhere. Despite the knockout loss, he's already planning his return for November or December, believing 1 to 3 wins against top names could put him back in title contention. And let's not forget what Topuria accomplished at UFC 317. He became only the 2nd fighter in UFC history to hold both featherweight and lightweight titles simultaneously, joining Conor McGregor in that exclusive club. His knockout of Oliveira capped off what many consider one of the greatest 3-fight runs in UFC history, stopping Alexander Volkanovski, Max Holloway, and Charles Oliveira all by knockout.
Thomas, do you agree with that? Do you think, though, that by Ilia becoming the lightweight champion, he's pound for pound number 1?
Absolutely. When you look at his strength of schedule, when you look at the guys that he's beaten, he was already, even without the Charles Oliveira win, he was already in the ranking to being one of the best.
At just 28 years old, Topuria has reached the pound-for-pound number 1 spot and shows no signs of slowing down. His combination of technical striking, knockout power, and mental warfare makes him a nightmare matchup for anyone in the division. The champion is targeting a return by year's end for his first lightweight title defense, and with the building tensions between him and Tsarukyan, UFC matchmakers might have their hands full deciding who gets the next shot. The UFC lightweight division has never been more exciting, and with Ilia Topuria at the helm, we're in for some fireworks. His warning to Arman Tsarukyan shows he's not just a knockout artist, he's a student of the game who spots weaknesses and exploits them. Charles Oliveira's revelation about Topuria's power adds another layer to the champion's mystique and should serve as a warning to anyone stepping into the octagon with him. Will Tsarukyan get his chance to back up his words? Can Oliveira bounce back from his first knockout loss? And who will be the first to challenge Topuria for lightweight gold? Stay tuned to UFC Central for all the latest updates as this story develops. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss the biggest MMA news.